A couple of years ago, our company was running low on cash and I was struggling. I was taking it personal and I could feel fear creeping in, and I started to feel like I was failing as the CEO. My co-founder and I decided to go and pitch our business plan to venture capital firms to raise money. All of the VCs we met with in LA, San Francisco, and New York City were looking for a business with hockey stick growth, up and to the right. Our challenge was that our business looked a little more flat. We had flat year-over-year growth, and that's not a great time to raise money. Everyone was telling us no. It was awful. It took a few grueling months and many no's, but we finally got a term sheet that would provide us enough cash to get us to a solid place as a company. I could feel my anxiety and my stress subside. A week before closing on the funding, the deal fell through. I was devastated. I had failed. I had no other prospects and I felt a paralyzing fear. I wanted to check out. I wanted to fast forward so that I didn't have to live through the stories I was telling myself. I started asking myself, how? How can I fast forward? Could I go into a coma for a few months? As I entertained these thoughts, I recognized I was in a very dark place. I had no clue how things would work out, but they did. Everything ended up working out. Existing investors stepped in to help extend our runway, and business picked up, and we started to see amazing growth. As I took time to reflect on this experience, I wondered, what if I find myself in the same position again in the future? Would I turn to the same dark place? These thoughts motivated me to pay more attention to my own mental health. I started learning and growing and healing from my own insecurities and fear. I started helping others to do the same. I learned an amazing lesson from a therapist named Jody Hildebrandt. She said, peace comes from increased skill, not a change in circumstance. What this means is that finding peace isn't based on any random circumstance. If I had just raised $20 million, then I would have been enough as a CEO. Or once this COVID thing goes away, then I can finally get back to having a normal life. Some of your employees might think, once I get this promotion, then I will be happy. Or if my boss would just show me appreciation, I'd finally enjoy my job. Focusing on mental fitness has helped me to develop skills to have peace regardless of the circumstance. Whether or not I raised money for my company, I could have stayed centered and had peace. If COVID's here to stay, you can find peace. If you don't get that job promotion, you can still have peace. If your boss is a jerk, you can still have peace. It's a mental skill that can be developed. As I became more vocal and more vulnerable about what I had gone through and what I was learning with coworkers, I heard about really hard challenges they had faced and were facing. With COVID, the economy, natural disasters, crazy elections, they've all taken a toll on our mental health. My employees' stories motivated me to roll out a mental fitness program to the whole company. It's been a game changer for everyone that has taken the time to learn these principles. I've learned that mental fitness is foundational to a company's culture. Mental fitness training teaches you how to live your company values. I've come to better understand how to live our value of humility. I can now see how my ego stems from my insecurities, which stem from fear. I can better understand how to live our value of balance, that it's necessary to set boundaries and to stick to them. You are in control of you and are the only one to blame if your work-life balance is out of whack. I've learned that our value of loyalty starts with self-care and self-love. You aren't going to be loyal to anyone if you aren't loyal to yourself. I got a text from one of our managers after rolling out this training, and she said, quote, I was rattled from a personal matter and got a support call today. Thank you for giving us tools to make us better, supporting our mental well-being, and understanding we can't carry the weight of the world, even when we think we can. I was very, very grateful to have that support today, end quote. After a mental fitness lesson on drama, another employee told me he had wasted company resources because he had gone around gossiping. He had accused another team member of something they didn't do. He told me he was happy to face whatever consequence he needed to face. I asked him if he had gone around cleaning things up. He explained to me how he went to each person and apologized, and then went to the individual he was gossiping about. He apologized and explained how he had gone around making things right. His desire to have his mind clear of any drama and past mistakes motivated him to reach out directly to me and clean it up. Other employees have felt enough safety and trust with me to share how they have had severe struggles. I would have had no idea had we still had a stigma around mental health at work. I was able to follow up and make sure these coworkers got the help they needed to heal. What I've come to understand is that as a society, we have neglected our minds. We have normalized personal hygiene and keeping physically fit, but we have ignored our mind and being mentally fit. I know as leaders, we have an obligation to lead on issues like this. I've also come to learn how anyone that comes to my company will be able to leave with new tools and can walk away being a better person. Regardless of the success or failure of any business venture I participate in, I know I'll succeed by teaching principles of mental fitness. I hope you can join us in helping to eliminate the stigma by being a vulnerable leader and by introducing mental fitness principles to your coworkers. Thank you.